Hi everybody. As you can see here, I've taken out a lot of different drawing materials. We can first just discuss working with drawing and all the different possibilities of mediums that we could use. So of course, when we think of drawing, our first port of call is our normal drawing pencils. And to be completely honest with you, I'm very unfinicky about the pencils that I use. I'm actually very happy with just using a normal HB. Some people like to buy the whole range of pencils from sort of 4H to 4B, but you can actually get away with having your normal HB and maybe something in the B, so that'll give it a much thicker and darker feel, because it's a very soft pencil, so the lead actually comes through very nicely. All right, so just to maybe just take out a nice big piece of paper just so that you can practice using your different mediums. So if I'm just going to practice my shading with a normal pencil, this is my HB, I can get quite a nice dark shading there. Okay, and if you're not familiar with shading, I suggest you just practice a few times, just getting that blending really well. So going from a very dark, pushing down hard with that pencil, and then practicing getting as light as you possibly can, just so that you practice that technique of using your pencil. And try and get it so that you can't even tell where it begins and ends. Okay, so I'm just using an HB for that, and you can see it gets quite a good range of tones there. All right, so that's our normal drawing pencils. Then one of my favorite pencils is using watercolor pencils. So they come in a little box like this, and they are a little bit pricey, but the wonderful thing is that you can use them as a pencil. So I'll just give you a little demo here. So you can just draw it like you would normally with a pencil. You can blend it across the two like you would normally. Let's put some orange here. But then the magic is when you add a little bit of water. So I'm going to just take a little paintbrush and water, and you can it then becomes like a watercolor, so you can do whatever you like with that, and it kind of, you can push it around, blend it, all of that. So that is good fun. I really enjoy those pencils. Then to our normal drawing pencils, these are very nice, very good quality pencils called Colleen. So I really recommend that if you enjoy drawing, that you invest in some good drawing pencils. And then maybe you want to just practice also blending your colors. Don't judge me, but sometimes I even join in with the kids coloring in, and you might want to just practice going from from one color to another color, blending your pencil. So you can just see you can play with, once again, with how hard you press, how you shade, how you blend your colors. So I'm going from a black to a gray here, and I'm trying to make it look seamless so that it's very difficult to see the transition between the two. So you're playing with that sense of reality and imagination. Okay, so that's just normal drawing pencils. Then you can also use a charcoal. Got some charcoal sticks here, and these get a bit messy, but they are wonderful if you want to draw something really quickly, whatever it might be, and you can blend it with the stick or with your finger, and it's a very fluid kind of medium. So a lot of people like to use it for sketching. if you're doing something really rough. But it is quite hard to get detail with charcoal, but there are some people who do some amazing work with charcoal. And a similar kind of medium is the chalk pastel. So that's different to the oil pastel because it's based with chalk and also can be quite messy, but really beautiful colors. And you can blend it. You can use your finger or a tissue, and you can move it around like that. So then on to our oil pastels, which are oil-based, obviously. And these, the colors really are incredibly vivid because they have the oil in them. And I really love them for that. They are just, the colors are so incredibly vivid. So if you have oil pastels, then I suggest you practice blending your colors. It's a great way to learn about how colors mix together. So going from one primary color, I've gone from my blue to my yellow, and trying to make it sort of seamless. Okay, so those are all the different options that I've looked at, from our normal drawing pencils, watercolor pencils, our normal drawing pencils, and our chalk pencils, just our charcoal, should I say, then chalk pastels and oil pastels. So as a little drawing exercise, I suggest that you take something like a ball, which is really easy to see where the dark and the light is, and really examine how you would interpret the light and the shade. So it's really an exercise in observation. And choose one of your drawing mediums to then try and draw it. So look carefully where your light source is and where the shade is sitting, where there are reflections, and really use whichever drawing medium you've chosen to its maximum. So you could play around with a few different mediums or a few different drawings, and just have a bit of fun with that. I'm also going to post a tutorial that will then just help you to interpret lights and shade a little bit better. So I'd really like to spend the first few days of our the sessions looking at observation, excuse the pun. So really being in that moment of really looking at something. Okay, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that and have fun with your drawing things. Okay, bye-bye.